Hey everyone, good morning. It's me, Stephanie, and this morning I want to talk about why book reviews matter. So if you're a reader and you've read a book, you could have loved it, you could have hated it, you could have just felt, it was okay. You may feel like your review doesn't matter. But for all of those reasons I just gave, the way you felt about the book is why you should write a review. So for me personally, as a writer, I love to get reviews because it reminds me that, hey, someone just read my book, or hey, someone just read my story. And that is like the best feeling in the world. So when they leave a review, I am very anxious to read it. And when I read it and it's favorable, it makes me feel good. And when I read it, if it's not favorable, I read what the reader had to say, maybe what they didn't like about that story, how they felt about it, because like I always say, every book is not for every reader, and every reader is not for every book, and the same thing goes for a story. Every story is not for every reader, and every reader is not for every story. But it is important sometimes to take that review that you may feel wasn't so good and use that as constructive criticism. Maybe they say they feel your work is too descriptive, or maybe they feel you could have, used another character more in your story, or whatever the reason is. You don't have to follow what they say, but you can say to yourself, maybe next time I'll work a little harder on describing, the scene a little bit, or maybe I'll use less dialogue. They said I was a little too wordy, or maybe they felt like I used the word the and said too much. I don't know. It could be anything. There are things that to you could be very small that do affect the way the reader reads a story. So with those two things taken in account, also writing a review helps the writer spread the word. Because if you really did like the story, and maybe in your review you write a little bit about the story and that's what another reader is looking for, maybe certain nuances, certain subject material, certain topics, a setting if it takes place in Italy, and some people are just so taken by that country that they love to read stories that take place in Italy. Whatever that reason is, this may attract another reader, whether it's any of those things that I just listed, or if it's just a favorable review. And it helps keep that writer and their work in circulation. It helps keep it moving. It helps keep it flowing, because it will show up on other news feeds, or if depending on where you write the review, if you write the review on social media, if you write the review on, let's say, Amazon or Goodreads, readers do check those. They do. They really, really do. And I know I read reviews all the time. I'm so curious. Whether they're indie published or traditionally published, I read reviews. I enjoy them. Some readers just have a knack for writing these fabulous reviews. Now, some readers may say, what I have to say doesn't matter, or I don't know how to write. My review is going to come off like junk. I'm going to look, I don't know, silly, ridiculous. No. You just have to write a few words. Yes, I enjoyed this book. No, I didn't enjoy this book. Just keep it simple. That's all. Keep it simple. So another good reason for writing a review for on a book or a story or even a movie is because that writer can use that review as content for their social media pages. And it really, really helps, because now they're spreading the word and they're sharing it, and they're saying, hey, this reader loved my story because of A, B, C, or D, or because of this, because of that, or look at this brand new review I got. They can make a trailer for it. I make my trailers using Canva. I don't know what other writers use, but they can make a trailer using Canva. They can turn your review into like a little movie. I mean, I think it's great. Yeah. So remember, when you read a book and you think twice, you're reading an ebook and you come to the end where it says rate this book and write a review, don't think twice. Just write that review. Give those stars and write a few words. Or if you're not feeling it that day, then just leave the stars. But this video is just to tell you, as the reader, and even as another writer, which you should know this already, leaving a review, it's so important for so many different reasons, and a writer has multiple uses for it. And if your review is favorable, you really are making someone's day by letting the writer know how much you enjoyed their work. Because don't forget, we put our time, our heart, our souls, our blood, our tears into what we love to do. And if someone enjoys that and lets us know, then wow, that is like the icing on the cake. All right, everyone, it's me, Stephanie Michi. Be happy, be kind, and have a fabulous week and read some fabulous stories. I'll see you next time.